Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for August 17th. Currently looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This particular pair closed down today. We are looking for this pair to potentially move as high as 95.02. If it does, it should hit resistance at that level and hit support around the 94.00 level. Now, let's take a look at the Euro-USD pair. This particular pair closed down today, lower than previous support, so we could see this pair continue on lower. We are expecting this pair to potentially go as high as 142.80, possibly as low as 139.61. Look for some resistance around 141.38 and looking for some support around 140.40 in this pair. Now, switching to the pound US dollar pair, this particular pair closed down today, also did break previous support, so we could see this pair move lower. Look for it to potentially move as high as 166.28, possibly as low as 161.63. Look for some resistance around 164.26 and look for some support around 162.75 in this pair. Now, switching to the US Swiss. This pair closed up today. It did move much higher than it closed. Definitely keep an eye on this pair. It's continued to move sideways. We're looking for this pair to possibly move as high as 1.0906, possibly as low as 10660. Look for some resistance around 10788 and look for some support around 10698 in this particular pair. Now, we have the Japanese yen released their GDP. It was a little bit less than expected, but still a great number, moving from negative 11.7% up to a positive 3.7%, which definitely helped the yen against the US dollar today. Looking ahead, we have the pound releasing their CPI report for July. That's being released at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow morning. The consensus is on this one that things have dropped from 1.8% to 1.5%, and year to date dropping from 1.6% to 1.5%. Overall, not a huge drop when you consider the CPI, the possibility of the CPI dropping if the numbers do come out that great. Those are relatively decent numbers. Now, what am I looking for during this next session? Well, we have the Euro USD pair that has created somewhat of a head and shoulders formation. Let me see if I can get this drawn in. We have movement up, down, up, down, up, down. So we have the head right here and we have the shoulders right here. Now, if you draw your trend line from here over, and I know that's not a very straight one. Let me see if I can get a little bit better trend line for you. Of course, it's in white. Let's see if we can change that real quick. Okay, there we go. So we have a little bit, we have our neckline here that you could draw for this particular head and shoulders formation. If we get a break to the downside, we could definitely see it. I could definitely see it moving down, down to this point, which would be a relatively large move. If we got to drop, that's about 166 pips as far as that movement. So I could definitely see it going to that point. If we get a break, putting your stop loss at around 90 would be somewhat safe because it's above or right at the previous support that would now become resistance. Looking for it though we'd have to break the 1.4049 point or thereabouts, right around in that area, to look for it to come on down. And there are a couple more areas of support that we'd want to take note of prior to this point, which would be really good places to go to break even. We have a one at 42 pips down that would be a good place to go to break even. And then we have another one a little bit lower at, let's see what that is, at around the 100 mark. So you could basically go to break even around 42 pips down, then move into profit at 100 pips, And then when you come on down a little bit further, at around 150 pips, you can move to 100 pips into profit if you wanted to see if it would run on down. I think if we do get a break and if this pattern does hold, then at this point, hitting down around the 1.3881 level would be a pretty good move from where we're at currently, especially when you consider the market, the overall market direction, which is up. So long term, it's up. It's not at a great level up, but it's still up. Draw some other trend lines. So we have some other areas of support that you need to keep in mind long term. Well, that about does it for today. Until tomorrow, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.